In South Carolina politics, it is currently the off season. So as with any professional sport, which kind of is what politics is boiled down to now, we have to try and dig up news and things to talk about. And so I pulled up this story from Palmetto State Watch Foundation. It really, to me, brings to light the difference, I think, between mainstream politics. And when I say mainstream politics, I'm talking about Democrats, Republicans, kind of the way they view politics, and Libertarians in the way we view politics. This is A.G. Allen Wilson, gubernatorial candidate here in South Carolina, being accused of potential fraud, misuse of campaign funds. I think in total, we're talking about $25,000 for a birthday party, $3,500 for a return check that maybe violated some subsection of some elections commission code, whatever the case may be. It doesn't amount to much, but I think what we're looking at here is saying, okay, if this guy's going to run as a gubernatorial candidate, then he should be above this kind of scrutiny. We got to make sure this guy is, ethical, above board. He's a good man. That's the problem with mainstream politics. That's the problem with the two-party system. I approach, and I think most libertarians would agree with me, that I approach politics as these guys are all crooked. They are all on the take in one way or another. They are a bunch of self-interested people pursuing power. None of them, we've seen it by the last budget that the House passed, are interested in making you more free or making government any smaller. They should all be approached with a maximum amount of scrutiny because they are seeking power over you. So the way we look at government is this is a thing that exists. It has a monopoly on force. It can pass rules, regulations, laws that it can force by depriving you of property, depriving you of liberty, and in the worst case scenarios, depriving you of life. So it should be treated with the utmost scrutiny. And it should be allowed to grow and exist only insofar as it's clear and evident that it is critical that this entity do this thing. We grow government so big as a nation, even as a small government Republican state, we grow government to the extent that it is involved in every aspect of our lives, every aspect of the economy. Everything we do, we're forced to interact with the state. And so what we think is that, well, these are good, ethical, honest people we've elected, and it's okay to let them have all this power. No, we shouldn't be surprised when corruption is found. They are corrupt. Power corrupts people. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? Isn't that the expression? So when we allow government to grow and expand, and then we act surprised when, hey, guess what? These people that you've given all this power, they're not necessarily good people. By nature of being elected, they're not good people just because they were elected to a position. They're not good people just because they serve in that office. They're not good people just because they make motivational speeches and tell you the things that you want to hear. None of them are really governing the way you want them to govern. So they're out on the campaign trail lying to you on a pretty regular basis. The proper role, the proper way to view this is just a perfect example. This is a microcosm of what all government is. And so what we should be doing is pushing back against it to the greatest possible extent, making it as small as possible, reducing its power and its influence over our day-to-day lives. You are going to see a slate of libertarian candidates come out. Why should you support the Libertarian Party? Because you can't fix one party unless they know you're willing to walk away. They could be as crooked as they want. They can do whatever they want. They can grow government, trample your rights, do whatever they want to do. If they know you're not going anywhere, as long as they know you're not leaving, why should they listen to you? What do their polling numbers matter? We're in a red state. I'm a Republican. I know I'm going to win in the next election no matter what I do. What is my motivation to improve? That's the problem. That's why stories like this with the A.G. Wilson and this candidate, it doesn't mean anything to me because I don't view him as any worse than any of the other candidates. And until we show the two dominant parties in this country that we are actually willing to walk away, nothing's actually going to change. And that's the sad truth.